Screen Directors Playhouse. Stars Dorothy McGuire, James Mason, Pamela Collino. Production, Wuthering Heights. Guest Director, King Vita.
This is the Screen Directors Playhouse, one of the weekly features on NBC's All-Star Festival of Comedy, Music, Mystery, and Drama. Brought to you by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. By Chesterfield, always milder, better tasting, cooler smoking, plus no unpleasant aftertaste. And that's the biggest plus in cigarette history. And by the makers of Anacin for fast relief from the pain of headache, neuritis, and neuralgia. Tonight, the Screen Directors Playhouse is pleased to present, transcribed, the cherished story of a timeless love. Here are Dorothy McGuire, James Mason, and Pamela Collino, starring in our adaptation of the Samuel Goldwyn motion picture, Wuthering Heights. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. James Mason.
Thank you. The test of true art must always be time. And time has indelibly stamped its approval on Emily Bronte's never-to-be-forgotten novel, Wuthering Heights. And the same is true of director William Wyler's filming of the story. Miss Dorothy McGuire, my wife Pamela, and I hope the motion picture will be well remembered tonight as we perform its adaptation.
Thank you, Mr. Mason. But before we begin, here's a word from RCA Victor. Vacation time is the portable radio season. Make sure your portable is ready to deliver all the tone and volume you need for outdoor listening pleasure. Have it checked today by your local radio dealer or serviceman. If your portable radio battery has grown weak, replace it today with a fresh, new, long-lasting RCA radio battery. Radio engineered for extra listening hours. Portables powered with sturdy, long-lasting RCA radio batteries give top performance at the flick of a switch. Your local radio dealer or serviceman has an RCA battery for your portable radio, regardless of make or style. See him today for a complete portable radio inspection. If your portable battery runs low, insist on RCA radio batteries, available at radio dealers everywhere. RCA batteries are economical. They're radio engineered for extra listening hours. Now, the first act of the Screen Directors Playhouse presentation of Wuthering Heights, starring Dorothy McGuire as Kathy, James Mason as Heathcliff, and Pamela Collino as Isabella.
When I was a little girl, I thought Wuthering Heights was the center of the world. First came the gray stone cottage where my brother and I were raised by my father. And then the moors stretching all around us to the castle rock of Penistone Crag. And beyond to the big house at Linton Grange. And beyond the moors to the ends of the earth, tortured by the winter winds and lovely with heather in the spring. There were two children there on the moors, laughing and running and playing. There was Kathy Earnshaw and her brother, Hindley. And I was Kathy, and I was happy. And then we grew up.
All right, I just want to...
Another voice sounded in the wind. Kathy.
My own sweet Kathy.
Heathcliff, who came to Wuthering Heights in my father's arms, a spindly, grubby, dirty child with eyes that burned. So long ago. So long ago.
All right, my lad. Down you go. You're home now. Ellen, see what I've brought. Oh, Ellen.
If you want your dinner, Mr. Earnshaw, you'll not be calling me out of the kitchen to... And who's this young'un?
Ask him yourself, Ellen.
Who are you, lad? What's your name? Leave me alone. I didn't ask for nothing. Leave me alone.
Dark as the devil he is. Gypsy. I'll wager he's a gypsy boy. I found him starving in the streets of Liverpool, kicked and bruised and nearly dead. This young animal should have a place to live. He'd live with us.
Full of glowering hate like a dog that's been kicked. He'll bite right enough.
A kicked dog finds a new master. I've room for him. Kathy and Hindley have need of a friend.
Oh, if Mrs. Earnshaw were alive.
Don't lecture me, Ellen. Go in and get the lad something to eat.
He could do with it. That's a certainty.
And send the children out. Well, young'un, do you think you'll like it here?
You can't make me stay.
No, I can't. That'll be up to you. But first, we'll have to have a name for you. Once I had a brother. His name was Heathcliff. So will be yours.
Papa, darling, Ellen says you brought us something.
What did you bring me? What is it?
Kathy, Hindley, this is a friend who's come to live with us. His name is Heathcliff.
He's dirty.
Kathy, don't make me ashamed of you.
We've got no room for him.
Oh, he'll sleep with you in your room, Hindley.
No, he can't. I won't let him.
Oh, children, he's a poor, unfortunate child. You'll not be selfish.
Well, I guess he can stay.
And you, Hindley?
Why doesn't he talk?
Oh, he'll find his voice in time, won't you, lad?
Yes. Thank you.
Ellen scrubbed and scrubbed, and underneath the rags and dirt there was a boy, a great shock of black hair tumbling over black eyes that led deep into some terrible hurt. But soon, Heathcliff stood straight in his new clothes and talked and smiled and even laughed.
Look, Kathy.
Heathcliff, you're the king of the castle.
It's not a castle, Kathy. It's just a rock. Just Penistone Crag.
No, it isn't. It's a castle. And you're the king and I'm the queen.
Kathy! Don't play with him.
Oh, it's Henry. He's coming up here.
Don't play with the gypsy scum, Kathy.
He isn't that. He's the king of Penistone Crag.
I'm the king. You clear out of here, Heathcliff. I won't. You will or I'll bash your head with this rock.
Heathcliff, look out!
I'll kill you.
No, you won't. You're a coward.
I will. I will. Oh.
Heathcliff. You've killed him.
Gypsy.
I'm going to tell Father.
You can't. Father's sick. The doctor says you can't go near him till he's well. Father's sick, and I'm glad because he took the gypsy into our house.
Heathcliff. Heathcliff, are you all right?
You've never had a father, you dirty beggar. You can't have mine. You can't.
Oh, Heathcliff, dear. There's blood on your face.
Yes.
Are you hurt badly? Why don't you cry?
I'll pay him back if it takes forever.
Get up, Heathcliff. My king.
I'm not a king.
It's true, Heathcliff. Your father was Emperor of China, and your mother an Indian queen. You were kidnapped by wicked sailors and brought to England. And now this is your castle, Penistone Crag.
Oh, Kathy, I can't be happy with anybody but you. Nobody in all the world.
Then we'll be happy here, together. Let's never leave our castle.
Never in our lives. Kathy, I met Ellen down below.
Well?
She was looking for us to tell us about Father.
Henry, is something wrong?
He's dead. Mr. Earnshaw.
Dead? Oh, Heathcliff. Father.
We'll go to him, Kathy. Not you. You're not wanted in that house. He loved me more than he did you. My father's past that now. Go to the stables. That's where you belong. In the stables. Kathy. Kathy, dear. Do as you're told. I'm master here now.
And so we grew up. The moor's no longer a playground, but a lonely barrier. Hindley was master of Wuthering Heights. But as the years sped by, my brother never quite mastered the art of drinking, try as he did. And he was never master of Heathcliff, nor me.
Bloody bottle's empty. Ellen! Ellen, bring me another bottle.
Hindley, you'll make yourself sick.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, my dear sister? You and that skulking beast of a stable boy.
If Heathcliff's a stable boy, you made him so.
And join him and make him something else. Roll in the mud with him in the slop of the stable. Gypsy devil. Ellen, bring me another bottle.
Hindley was master. But Heathcliff and I would still meet in the evening at Penistone Crag, our castle. And I'd wear a spray of heather in my hair. He made a poor king, almost as ragged and dirty as the day he first came to Wuthering Heights.
Kathy. My own sweet Kathy.
I'm not your Kathy.
Then whose are you?
My own. I belong to myself.
But you still meet me here at the crag. You're still a queen.
Not yours. I shouldn't talk to you at all. Look at yourself.
It's not clean work.
Oh, Heathcliff, why don't you run away? Be a man. Go away from Wuthering Heights and become, rich and worldly and powerful.
And lonely and miserable and lost without you.
You could come back for me afterwards.
Why afterwards? Come with me now, Kathy.
Where?
Anywhere. England's big. The world's bigger. I'd love you and cherish you, Kathy.
And lead the life of a gypsy? Live in haystacks and beg for pennies? Oh, no, Heathcliff. That's not what I want.
No, not you. Love isn't what you want. Silk dresses and white hands and fops to kiss your fingertips. Well, take them then. And you shan't have me.
Heathcliff, you're hurting me. Your hands are...
Yes, my hands, brown and hard. You fool, Kathy. You're in a man's arms, and you'd throw them off for a few tinsel trappings. Feel them, Kathy. And feel his lips.
Heathcliff. Oh. I do love you. I do.
It won't do to send me off, Kathy. I've stayed here to be beaten like a dog, abused and cursed and driven mad. But I'll stay to the end with you, to live and die under this rock.
Heathcliff, look at the big house. It's all lit up. The Lintons must be having a party.
And your head and heart and eyes are full of...
Yes, that's what I want. Singing and dancing in a pretty world, and I'm going to have it.
Without me, then?
No. Come on, Heathcliff. Let's go to the Grange. We can look in the Lintons' windows and see it all. And when you see it, you'll want it too. I know you will. Oh, come on.
Kathy!
Come on.
Wait for me.
Come on.
Kathy!
Come on.
Kathy!
Here, Heathcliff. This window's open. We can see.
See what?
Oh.
A herd of idle sheep?
Oh, look. That's Edgar Linton. Oh, isn't he handsome? And there's his sister Isabella. Oh, what a lovely
We've
gown.
no right here. We'd better go.
No. Oh, the dancing and the lights and the gold in the ceiling. Someday I'll have a dress just like Isabella Linton's. And you'll have a red velvet coat and silver buckles on your shoes.
I'll have you, Kathy, and the devil take the rest.
Heathcliff.
Don't move, Kathy.
Run, Heathcliff,
What is it, Edgar?
The dogs have caught a couple of thieves. Hold them, Nasher.
Hold off your dogs, you fool.
Nasher. Here, dog. Here, boy. Here, here.
Oh, run, Heathcliff, run away.
Isabella. It looks like the Earnshaw girl.
She's hurt, Edgar. I'll get some water and bandages.
All right, everybody. I'll take care of this. Back to the party. Enjoy yourselves. You'll be all right, Miss Earnshaw. My sister's gone for some dressing.
Your dogs have injured her.
Aren't you the Earnshaw stable boy?
I'm Kathy's friend.
Yes, I can fancy that. Miss Earnshaw roaming the country with a gypsy stable boy.
Heathcliff, help me up.
Oh, you mustn't try to move, Miss Earnshaw.
I'll take care of her. Don't touch her.
Get off this property.
I won't leave without Kathy.
Listen. The music.
We're going, Kathy.
No. I mean, Mr. Linton's right. My leg is...
Now, will you go? Or should I have you thrown out?
All right. I'm going from here and this cursed country both.
Heathcliff.
But I'll be back in this house one day, Mr. Edgar Linton. And I'll bring it down around your head in ruins. That's my curse on you.
Let's drop in on Bob Hope and Hi Averback and see what the boys are cooking up for vacation.
By the way, Hi, where are you going to spend your vacation?
Well, I'm a nature lover, Bob. I've got a beautiful spot picked out. Any direction I look, all I can see is green.
Yeah, how do you get into Crosby's vault? Well, speaking of money, friends, when you've saved up for a big summer weekend or vacation, you want to make every minute count. You like to go where you want, do what you want. So take along the cigarette that gives you what you want. Chesterfield.
Chesterfields give you mildness. Over 1,500 tobacco growers tell you that Chesterfield's milder aroma means a milder smoke. And the country's first and only cigarette taste panel found that of all brands tested, only Chesterfield leaves no unpleasant aftertaste.
Mildness plus no unpleasant aftertaste. That's the biggest plus in cigarette history. So slip a couple of cartons of Chesterfields in that vacation suitcase. Remember the words of Bob Chesterfield Hope. Whether you go by plane, train, or bus, take the cigarette with mildness plus. I mean Chesterfield.
And now the second act of the Screen Directors Playhouse presentation of Wuthering Heights, starring Dorothy McGuire, James Mason, and Pamela Colino.
Fall passed into winter, and I remained in the home of Edgar Linton and his sister Isabella. And I stayed and stretched in luxury, and thought not at all of my brother Hindley and his hateful ways, and thought much of Heathcliff, and wondered about his adventures in the world beyond the moors. But most of all, I thought of Edgar, handsome, considerate. Edgar beside me, driving across the snow-covered moors to Wuthering Heights. Ellen! Ellen!
Kathy! Oh, welcome home,
Ellen,
Kathy.
thank you.
Oh, look at you, lovely as a princess.
Isn't it a beautiful dress? Edgar's sister lent it to me. Oh, Edgar, you'll come in for a cup of tea?
Soon as I tend to the horses.
Stable boy will do that, Mr. Linton. Heathcliff?
Heathcliff?
Aye, he's back. Heathcliff?
But how? Why?
Came skulking back last week with great talk of lying in a lake of fire. Heathcliff!
You go ahead, Kathy. I'll join you after I tend to the animals.
Yes.
Oh, let me help you down.
Thank you.
You'd best go in-house. I'll find that Heathcliff.
Yes. I'll go inside.
Kathy.
You came back. You came back to Wuthering Heights to sneak behind doors.
I had to see you alone.
You're filthy again.
Why did you stay in that house so long? Why, Kathy?
Because I was having a wonderful time. A wonderful, fascinating, delightful time.
With no thought of me.
Yes, with thoughts of you, Heathcliff. With thoughts of you as a free man, free of my brother's house.
And free of you.
Now look at you. I have a guest and you shame me. Your hands and face and hair and clothes. Get out. Go out the back way so we shan't see you.
Kathy, I love you.
Get out.
Yes, I'll go.
Insufferable. Oh, Heathcliff.
You just make yourself comfortable, Mr. Linton. I'll fix some tea.
Kathy, I couldn't help seeing through the window.
Yes?
It's just that I can't understand why your brother allows that gypsy to have the run of the house.
Indeed. And perhaps it's I who allow it.
How can you do it? A roadside beggar treating you as an equal?
Heathcliff is my friend.
Oh, as a child,
As
perhaps.
a child, and always. I love him.
You? That stable
Yes,
boy?
that stable boy. I love him. And hate you. I hate the look of your milk-white face. I hate the touch of your soft, foolish hands.
Some of his black soul has got into you.
Yes, now get out. Leave me alone.
Kathy.
Oh, leave me.
All right, Kathy.
Ellen! Ellen, get me my heavy cloak. I'm going out to the castle at Penistone Crag. Heathcliff! Heathcliff!
Kathy! Where are you?
Here! Oh, here I am. I knew you'd wait for me at our castle.
You shouldn't have come.
Oh.
The storm's breeding.
I had to come. I didn't mean the things I said. It's just that, oh, Heathcliff, I'm bad and willful and proud and ambitious. I need your strength. Hold me. Heathcliff, never let me go away from you.
It's you who's strong, Kathy. Never leave me. We're part of all this. The moors, the winds, the crags. We're part of each other. Bound together by a love that's worse than hatred. It boils in my brain and drives me from my mind. I had to come back to you, Kathy.
Oh, don't talk now, Heathcliff. Just hold me.
Kathy, you're not thinking of that other world now?
No. And I smiled and looked into Heathcliff's eyes. I smiled and lied. Even as he held me, my mind shook loose from his arms and danced to the music of the Linton house, under the golden ceilings, in a silken gown. I loved Heathcliff. But I thought of Edgar, and the next day I wrote him a letter. I apologized. And Edgar, darling Edgar, accepted my apology.
Still, Kathy.
Ellen, do you think you'll like my dress? Look at me in the mirror. I'm beautiful.
Yes. You're beautiful, Kathy.
Who gave you the right to enter this room, Heathcliff?
Ellen, go outside.
I take my orders from Miss Kathy,
You
not
may-
from stable hands.
You may leave, Ellen.
Very well. But mind how he speaks to you.
You're a proper sight, aren't you? Dressed up like a common...
Common? Oh, that's fine talk from you. You talk about being common.
He's coming here tonight, isn't he?
What business is it of yours?
Kathy, what are you doing to me? Take a stick, beat me, hurt me, but don't do this. I love you with all the love that's in me. And you love me.
I'll not have my choice of friends dictated.
You're not going to sit all evening simpering at his stupid, foppish...
I am. And he's not stupid or foppish. He's clever and gentle and much more entertaining than a stable
Don't
boy.
talk like that.
If you don't want to hear me, then go away. This is my room, not a room for servants with dirty hands and insults and complaints.
So you'll call me names now, like the rest of them.
You had your chance to be something else. Let go of me.
Yes, the dirty stable boy might soil your dress. But who soils your heart? Who turns you into a vain, cheap little fool? Linton. So go to him, if it pleases your stupid, greedy vanity.
It pleases me that I shall never see you again. Never.
And you never will. This time I'll go and I'll stay.
Yes, a beggar by the road, whimpering for favors with your dirty hands.
That's all I've become to you, a pair of dirty hands. Well, have them then, where they belong.
Thank you, Heathcliff. Mr. Linton will be arriving soon. I'll think of this when he kisses me.
Kathy, what are we doing? Striking, hitting, hurting with these hands. I see them in the mirror. These filthy hands struck Kathy. Let them be ripped and torn and shattered as my life. Linton, is he gone?
Your hand!
Curse my hands. I want to crawl to her feet, whimper to be forgiven for loving her. I don't care if she loves Linton or who she loves. If she'll only look at me and say my name.
Ellen? Are you in the kitchen?
Oh, you'll not want to show her those hands. I'll find them later.
I'll stay.
Behind this cupboard there.
Ellen!
Quickly.
You are here?
Did you call?
Oh, yes. Ellen, I've got a secret. Edgar has asked me to marry him.
Oh, perhaps you shouldn't be telling me, Miss Cathy.
And I said I'd give my answer to him tomorrow.
Do you love him?
Oh, yes, Ellen.
Why?
Why? Why, because he's handsome and nice, and because he'll make me the finest lady in the county.
And Heathcliff?
I wish he hadn't come back. How could I marry him? I'd degrade myself.
Then take your love, Cathy Earnshaw. Take it, and may it rip you like a knife. I'm through with you. For good and all.
Heathcliff!
Cathy, I tried to...
He's going away!
You don't love him.
Love him, whatever our souls are made of. His and mine are the same.
Cathy,
No! I've got to find him. If everything but Heathcliff died, life would still be full for me. Heathcliff! Help me! Heathcliff!
Heathcliff's gone, and Cathy went running after him into the storm.
Well, then, I'll tell you what we'll do. You'll get me a fresh bottle, and we'll celebrate.
Oh, Master Himley, she'll die on the moors.
If she's run after that gypsy scum, let her. Let her run through storm and hell. They're birds of a feather, and the devil take them both. Now, get me a bottle.
I'm going to Linton Grange. This night we'll have need of Mr. Linton and his servants. May God have mercy on us all. And on yours.
Here, Isabella. I'll put her on the bed.
Will she be all right?
I think so. We'll need a strong fire in the grate and lots of dry towels.
Where did you find her?
At the foot of Pennystone Crag on the moor, with life nearly out of her.
Oh.
Cathy.
Oh.
Cathy.
My darling.
It's Edgar. And my sister. Isabella, go out and hurry up that brandy.
I'll bring some blankets. Did I find you?
No, Cathy, dear. It was I who found you. And now I'll keep you. Forever.
Here is something you should know if you ever suffer from the sudden pains of headaches, neuritis, or neuralgia. It's a way to ease the pain, often within a few minutes. A way that is incredibly fast and effective. It's Anacin. Anacin is like a doctor's prescription. That is, Anacin contains not just one, but a combination of medically proven active ingredients in easy-to-take tablet form. Thousands of people were first introduced to Anacin through their own physicians or dentists. But today, these tablets are in such widespread use that all drug counters have them, and anyone may enjoy their benefits. Next time you suffer from the pains of a headache, neuritis, or neuralgia, by all means try Anacin. You'll like the convenience of Anacin tablets, and you'll be delighted with Anacin's incredibly fast action. Anacin. Anacin. Ask for Anacin by name today at your druggist. You are listening to the Screen Director's Playhouse, one of the weekly features on NBC's All-Star Festival, brought to you by RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television, by Chesterfield, always milder, better tasting, cooler smoking, plus no unpleasant aftertaste, and that's the biggest plus in cigarette history, and by the makers of Anacin for fast relief from the pain of headache, neuritis, and neuralgia. The Screen Directors Playhouse presentation of Wuthering Heights, starring Dorothy McGuire, James Mason, and Pamela Colino, will continue in just a moment after a brief pause for station identification. This is the Screen Directors Playhouse. We continue transcribed with the third act of Wuthering Heights, starring Dorothy McGuire as Kathy, James Mason as Heathcliff, and Pamela Colino as Isabella.
At Linton Grange, for the second time, I recovered from an illness. In the beginning, there was my love for Heathcliff and my mad search through the storm. In the end, there was Spring and Edgar Linton and his sister Isabella. In between, my body grew stronger, and all the brooding hatred and passion of Wuthering Heights disappeared. Heathcliff was gone, and I was free.
Kathy, I'm such an idiot. I've forgotten what the doctor said about the medicine.
I think, Isabella, that the doctor said 20 drops in a glass of claret with 1 lump of sugar.
Well, I'm glad you remembered. I thought it was 20 lumps of sugar with 1 drop of claret.
What are you trying to do, Isabella?
Oh.
Poison the patient?
Can't be done, Edgar. She's as healthy as a horse. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, my healthy young horse, how are you today?
Just about ready to go back to my own pasture.
Must you, Kathy?
Oh, well, I can't stay here forever.
I want you to remain here forever.
Once before, you asked me to marry you.
And you gave me no answer?
No, I didn't know. I couldn't. I was lost in the moors, lonely and desolate. And what you said once was true. There was a strange curse on me. It stole me away from myself and left something wild and uncontrollable.
And now, Kathy?
Would you love me? Always.
Always. Always.
Then I'll marry you, Edgar. That summer I became mistress of Linton Grange. Wuthering Heights was an eternity away. My brother Hindley concentrated on drinking his way to an early grave and gambling his way to poverty. I seldom saw him. Edgar was attentive and loving. And so the years passed. There was no fire, but our life was warm.
A glass of port to top a fine dinner, Kathy?
Not for me, dear.
Isabella?
But certainly for me.
Here you are. I only wish you'd accept a husband with the same certainty.
It's a brother's duty, dear Edgar, to introduce his sister to suitable types.
And has he failed you, Isabella?
He's provided only fops and pale young poets.
Oh, indeed. And I suppose you want a dragoon or an American.
Preferably both.
No, excuse me, I'll see who it is at the door.
You may spare yourself the pains, Mr. Linton.
Well, who the devil...
Heathcliff!
You must control yourself, Kathy. I'm not a ghost.
Well, thank you for calling on us. Will you sit down? This is my sister, Miss Linton.
Miss Linton.
How do you do?
Have you no greeting for me, Kathy?
You've changed.
Yes, you seem to have prospered, Heathcliff.
These clothes. Yes, I'm quite the gentleman now. I have prospered, and that makes all the difference, doesn't it?
We've wondered about you, Heathcliff. About where you went.
America.
And did you discover a gold mine in the New World? Or perhaps you made your fortune in furs?
The truth, Miss Linton, is that I remembered my father was Emperor of China and my mother an Indian queen. I simply went out and claimed my inheritance.
I see, Heathcliff, you must have your joke.
Joke? But Cathy had turned out as you suspected. I'd been kidnapped by wicked sailors and brought to England.
And now you're here again. For a visit?
Until I die. I've just bought Wuthering Heights.
What?
Well, that's impossible. Cathy, your brother wouldn't sell...
Oh, her brother did. But quite unwittingly. I'm afraid it'll be an unpleasant surprise when Hindley discovers his gambling debts and liquor bills have been paid up for him by his former stable boy.
You've cheated him.
He cheated himself the day he was born.
By heavens, you're an underhanded dog. I'll not have a thief in my home.
I'm neither dog nor thief. Merely your neighbor, sir. It occurs to me I've not congratulated you on your marriage. I've thought much about it. Allow me to express my delight over your happiness now. Good night.
Why did he come, Edgar?
Revenge. A gypsy breed puts a high price on it.
I'm afraid.
I think you're both afraid.
Isabella.
You both turned white when you recognized him. What is it that frightens you? His strength, the darkness of his skin, the blackness of his hair?
And what did you think of this stable boy?
I thought him fascinating. And I wonder what poor Hindley will think.
Blackguard, get out of Wuthering Heights.
You mustn't excite yourself, Hindley. Here, I'll pour you a drink.
Mr. Heathcliff, the doctor's...
Hold your tongue, Ellen. Hindley, my money has brought you drink and adventure at the gaming tables. And now I even provide you with solace against the doctor's orders.
The drink is killing him.
And what difference to the world if he's drunk or sober or dead, for that matter? Here, Hindley, drink.
I'll drink. To your soul roasting in hell.
Ellen, get out of here.
I'll go.
Hindley, I remember that you once gave me a place to sleep when you might have thrown me out. And now I allow you to remain.
Gypsy cur.
You'll remain here, Hindley, in the stables, in the filth, where I can laugh at you and think what a colossal joke I've played, where I can see you and speak the words, I've paid you back.
I'll kill you.
You gutless swine, you! You wouldn't have the courage to kill me if I put the weapon in your hand. Now go to the stables.
Have my land back. Have everything back. See you dead.
Master Hindley?
Don't touch him, Ellen. Let him find his own way.
I came to tell you there's a lady outside from the Grange.
A lady? Take that drunken lout away. Cathy?
It's not Cathy.
Oh, Miss Linton. Won't you come in?
Thank you. Would you help me from my horse?
Of course. There. Come on. Sit down. And to what do I owe this visit?
My horse. I think he was going lame. I was riding nearby.
And so you brought him here. Quite right. Shall we look at him?
Oh, no, not now. I wish to apologize for my brother and his wife. They acted most shamefully.
Did they send you here?
Oh, no.
I think perhaps they even forbid you to come to Wuthering Heights.
I have a mind of my own.
Then I assume that we are to be friends.
I hope so.
And perhaps we'll celebrate our friendship with a gallop over the moors.
But my horse, it's lame.
My dear, there's nothing wrong with your horse. You came to me because you're lonely in your brother's house. There's loneliness on your face and in your eyes. I know its signs too well. But you won't be lonely anymore.
Heathcliff's return set strange, half-felt emotions coursing through my mind, like dark shapes moving at the bottom of a pool. I was afraid. I didn't see him again until one night when Edgar and I gave a ball.
Kathy, darling, isn't that... It is Heathcliff. Did you invite him?
No, of course not.
Then it must have been Isabella.
Edgar, you've got to stop this.
How? By opposing her will? That will only inflame her. This infatuation will run its course harmlessly, I'm sure. Why don't you dance, my dear?
Heathcliff, you look unutterably handsome.
You steal compliments from the lips of men, Isabella.
Isabella, may I have this dance? I've been taking lessons.
I'm sorry, Herbert, but I've promised every dance.
Nonsense, Isabella. Dance with him. I shall have the pleasure of watching you.
Would you watch? Then come along.
Kathy, I brought you out here to see if you were afraid to be alone with me.
We've just put these vines on the terrace. I think they're very attractive.
Has it come to this? Such small, meaningless words.
You've changed, Heathcliff. I can't help remembering how things used to be.
They used to be better.
You're living well?
I don't call it living to hang in fancy clothes outside the gates of somebody else's heaven. Oh, Kathy. Can't you see that my heart is breaking for you?
I forbid this talk.
With your mouth, not with your soul. I can hear your heart louder than your voice. It says, Heathcliff, I loved you. I've always loved you. The bonds between us can't be cut by time or marriage or anything but death.
If you haven't changed, I have. I'm another man's wife now, and he loves me. And I love him.
Not the way you loved me. You could never love like that again. Though every force of man and the universe forbid it, there's no untying the past. You're my wife,
Oh,
not his.
Heathcliff, for the love of heaven, please don't.
Kathy,
Don't.
have you seen Heathcliff? Oh, here you are.
Yes. I was just going in. Are you coming, Heathcliff?
No, I think I'll stay here with Isabella. By your attractive vines.
Then stay here.
Is Kathy behaving horribly again?
You mustn't blame her.
If she weren't my sister-in-law, I'd say she's jealous.
Then let her be. We're free, you and I, to do as we please. And I please to kiss you.
My darling.
Isabella?
Oh, wasn't it a wonderful party, Kathy?
You fool. You vain little fool.
Kathy.
You behaved disgracefully tonight, asking him here and throwing yourself at him.
You're jealous.
Oh, haven't you eyes? Don't you see that Heathcliff has been using you? Yes. He makes love to you so that he can smile at me behind your back. He's trying to rouse something in my heart that's cold and dead and withered. And I'll not allow him to use you any longer.
How tortured you must be. When you know it's me Heathcliff loves.
It's not so.
He's told me so. He's held me in his arms and kissed my lips and hair and throat.
No.
It's true, and there's more, Catherine. He's asked me to marry him.
No, you can't. Edgar won't permit it.
Edgar.
Heathcliff isn't a man. He's a devil. He's dark and horrible and evil.
If you see these things in him, then they're reflections of yourself. You're going mad with pain and jealousy because you want him to pine for you and dream of you while you live your smug, secure life as Mrs. Linton. If you feel these things, Kathy, I'm sorry for you. Because I'm going to marry Heathcliff.
Well, Kathy, I've heard it said you'd never again set foot in Wuthering Heights. But here you are.
I haven't come for myself.
For what, then? For whom?
For Isabella, Heathcliff. You do this villainous thing.
Villainous? To marry a woman who loves me?
But you don't love her. Oh, why are you doing this? She hasn't harmed you.
You have.
Then punish me.
I'm going to, Kathy. Each time I hold her in my arms, each time I touch her lips, each time I promise her life and happiness.
You'll marry Isabella for that.
Yes, for that.
Revenge.
What else have you to offer me? Not love, not friendship, not a touch of your hand, not even a smile, then hear me out, Kathy. If your heart were only stronger than your dull fear of morality in the world, I would live silent and contented in your shadow. But no. You must destroy me with that weakness you call virtue. You must keep me tormented with that cruelty you think so pious.
Oh, Heathcliff, you can't do this. I won't permit it.
You had your chance to stop it long ago. Now, Kathy, you can think of me as Isabella's husband and be glad for my happiness, as I was for yours. For before the day is out, she shall be my wife.
It's preposterous, Kathy. Isabella wouldn't run off like that.
Oh, don't be a fool, Edgar. You've got to stop her.
She went out an hour ago. It may be too late.
Then go after them. Bring her back. Kill him if you have to.
Kathy.
Oh, it can't be. Don't you hear me? This marriage, it cannot be. It's a sin. A vile sin.
Kathy, you don't care about Isabella at all.
No, that isn't true.
It's him. It's his marriage you want to stop.
Oh, what difference does it make? Just stop them. Stop them. Stop them. But nothing would stop them. A devil was loose, clawing at the roots of our lives, ripping them from the earth, tearing them apart, piece by broken piece. Heathcliff was married to Isabella, and a black and horrible sickness swept my heart. Heathcliff!
I can't be happy with anybody.
Then we'll be happy here.
Let's never leave our castle.
I've stayed here to be beaten like a dog, abused and cursed and driven mad. But I'll stay here to the end with you, to live and die.
Kathy. Kathy.
No, Edgar, don't leave me.
I won't, Kathy. You've been ill, so ill.
Oh.
Try to get well, Kathy. Try to get well.
You shouldn't sit so, Isabella. Always by window.
It doesn't matter.
Wuthering Heights, it's a dull place for a young girl.
I'm waiting.
For what?
To be happy.
Once this house was happy. I thought, Isabella, that when you came here, things would change.
No. Only I've changed.
Ellen, a bottle. Be quick.
Yes, Mr. Henry.
Isabella, doomed you are.
There'll be a new life here. I'll make it.
You? In this house? There's nothing here but hate and death. Even Kathy dying.
I told you not to say that. Heathcliff mustn't know.
Fever, doctor said. She doesn't want to live without her precious gypsy.
Let her die, then. If she dies, I might begin to live.
Not with him. He hates you worse than he does me. Every time he kisses you, his heart breaks because it isn't Kathy.
He'll change. He'll forget.
Not until he's dead. Isabella, why don't you do it? Why don't you do what I've been too weak to do? Kill the beggar. Look, I'll get a gun.
Stop it.
Kill him.
No.
While there's time to save your soul. A bullet in his brain and we'll all be free.
Excellent, Hindley. Excellent. Oh, don't be surprised, my dear. I came through the back way to shake the snow from my boots. Hindley, that's the first lucid talk I've heard out of you in weeks. Not very Christian talk, but at least it's sensible.
I tried to stop him.
Most dutiful.
Oh, Heathcliff, why do you have him here? I can't breathe with him in this house.
But I breathe all the easier. What better pleasure than to share a roof with Hindley and see the life oozing out of his corrupt body? Get out of here, Hindley.
Get a drink. Ellen.
Ellen, get me a bottle.
Don't you see, darling? You poison yourself with hating him. Send him away. Let love come back to this house.
Why is there always a shadow across your face?
If you'll only let me near you. You're not black and horrible as they all think. You're full of pain. But I can make you happy. Oh, let me.
Why are your eyes always empty, like Linton's eyes?
They aren't, Heathcliff. If you'll only look deeper. Look. I'm pretty. I love you. Let your heart look at me once. I'll give you a new life.
God gave me life. Why? What is it but hunger and pain? A naked runner in a storm of spears.
I said I'd do it. Kill you.
I told you to get out of here. Go to the stables.
Kill you.
With what? Where's your weapon? Not in your shaking hand, not in your eyes.
Weapon? I tell you the truth. About Kathy.
Kathy? What about her?
Don't listen to him, Heathcliff. He's drunk, lying.
Shut up. What about Kathy?
Dying. Dead soon.
Kathy? Dying?
Sick. Sick for love of you. Rotten scum.
Alan, bring my cloak.
Master.
You're not going, Heathcliff.
Alan!
She belongs to Edgar. If she's dying, let her die in his arms where she belongs. Let her die.
Brain him with a rock on tap.
Kathy. My own sweet Kathy.
Edgar,
Yes, my darling.
the moors are green now, aren't they?
No, Kathy. It's winter.
But I can smell the heather in the air. Oh, there's a beautiful patch near the castle.
Near the castle?
Yes,
What castle?
at Penistone Crag. Heathcliff knows. Oh, Heathcliff.
Kathy. Oh, Kathy.
You came. I knew you would.
Heathcliff. I think it's best that you stay with her. I'll send for the doctor.
Kathy. All my life.
Oh, I prayed for you to come. Oh, don't let go of me. If only I could hold you till we were both dead.
Kathy, don't.
Oh, why shouldn't you suffer? I do. I don't want to die.
I'll hold you here.
Will you forget me? Oh, Heathcliff, will you ever say I loved her long ago and wept to lose her, but it's all past?
How can I forget my life? If you die, Kathy, there'll be no peace for me. Kathy, I'm strong. Strong enough to bring us both back to life if you want to live.
No, I lied. Because while you hold me, I'll forget what life is. It's not as sweet as this. I want to die.
Kathy.
To escape.
You've killed yourself. You've broken your own heart. I've lain in the night cursing your wantonness. My tears don't love you, Kathy. They curse and damn you. Kathy, you loved me. What right had you to throw that love away?
Oh, Heathcliff, forgive me.
I forgive you what you've done to me. I'll never forgive you what you've done to yourself.
I've loved you always. I'm yours. I've never been anyone else's.
Then not even death will part us.
Can you see the crag from the window? Our castle.
Yes, Kathy.
You won't have to bring me heather. We'll gather it together. I'll wait for you to come.
Kathy.
Our castle. And you were king. And I was queen.
Kathy. Oh, God, Kathy, come back. Kathy. Why were we cheated? No, it was I who cheated you. I who killed you. Then hear me now, Kathy. I'll not live out another single day without you. I'll know no peace, no light, no rest. There'll be no second when my soul doesn't cry out, Kathy, Kathy. I've killed our love. Now may it kill me.
She's dead.
Yes. You killed my sister.
Said I was a coward. That I couldn't kill you. But I can. Show you.
Kathy.
May your dark soul never know any rest.
Cat.
Doctor?
Linton, are you out of your mind?
What?
To let Kathy out of the house.
Kathy?
I saw her coming across the moors in a summer dress. That fellow Heathcliff with his arm around her.
Yes. They're together.
I galloped after them to the foot of Penistone Crag, but they just disappeared. I couldn't find them.
They found each other. That's enough.
Thank you, Dorothy McGuire, James Mason, and Pamela Colino for a most dramatic performance. Our stars will return in just a moment. Next week, the Screen Directors Playhouse promises another magnificent performance when we present our adaptation of the motion picture The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, starring Charles Boyer and Jane Wyatt. And here again are tonight's stars, Dorothy McGuire, James Mason, and Pamela Colino.
You're first, James.
Thank you, Dorothy. At this time, it is appropriate that we pay tribute to a very great director who unfortunately cannot be with us tonight. The gentleman who guided Wuthering Heights, Mr. William Wyler. His greatness is measured by his past achievements, and any time you see his name on the screen, you can be positive that you are witnessing the very finest in entertainment.
How right you are.
And I agree, Pamela. Ladies and gentlemen, in Mr. Wyler's place, we're honored to present another of Hollywood's outstanding directors, a creator for many years of the most magnificent pictures the world has known, Mr. King Vida.
Thank you, Dorothy, Pamela, and James. If Willie Wyler were here tonight, I'm sure he'd agree with what I have to say. A classic could never remain a classic unless it is enacted by great performers. My hat is off to all of you. Wuthering Heights has never been so brilliant.
I shall say thanks for Dorothy and James, and naturally myself.
And for the Screen Directors Playhouse, I'd like to invite all of you to return again as quickly as possible. Good night.
Good night, King.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Dorothy McGuire is currently starring in the new Samuel Goldwyn motion picture, I Want You, which is soon to be released. James Mason and Pamela Colino may soon be seen in the forthcoming production, Lady Possessed, produced by Mr. James Mason. Included in tonight's cast were Dan O'Herlihy, Don Morrison, Norma Varden, Tudor Owen, Ann Whitfield, Joel Nessler, Earl Keane, and John Ramsey Hill. Wuthering Heights was adapted for radio by Richard Allen Simmons. Screen Directors Playhouse is under the production supervision of Howard Wiley and directed by Bill Karn. Portions of tonight's broadcast were transcribed. This is Jimmy Wallington speaking and inviting you to listen again next week when the Screen Directors Playhouse presents The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, starring Charles Boyer and Jane Wyatt.
Monday through Friday, here's Stella Dallas on NBC.